It should probably go lower. There, you just want to see your grumpy mouth.
I can't frown like that.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Props from the Past. We're gonna go over the videos that I made to make this helmet.
I wasn't a part of these shenanigans.
No. We did a series, we did 3 videos for finishing this, 3 really short videos. We're gonna do all of them today. They came out in 2013, full on 8 years ago. Wow. You don't have to wear that helmet for the whole thing.
Good, my nose is like pushing on the front.
It's very uncomfortable to wear, and this cross thing in front of your eyes is very distracting.
How did Carl Urban do it?
Because he's a professional.
Yeah.
That's why. That's how. So this is a kit. I probably explain it in the video, but this is a kit from my friend David Reamer from now DoubleZeroFX Props. And
he might be the one that we have the most kits from.
We have several kits. We have a couple of
Skyrim weapons.
The Nordic dagger over there. I have an axe I haven't even put together yet. I also have another helmet over there from him. But I basically cleaned it up and painted it and put a visor in, and I made a 3-part series on that. They're all really short, so why don't we dive right in and take a look at them?
Yeah. Oh, I need to grab my headphones.
You should grab your headphones.
I put the bag and everything.
So we actually recorded one of these about 10 minutes ago. We did the claptrap robot, and then we realized that I had already done one of those in April with the same video. So we had to reset again.
We're professionals. I was like, this seems familiar.
Just like Carl Urban.
Ready.
Here we go, everyone. I am the law. I am the law. So,
why did they cast you?
we try and put more effort into our intros nowadays.
Hey, it's Jim
Hey,
here,
cool hair.
and welcome to my shop again. We got Dragon Con coming up here in a few
Interesting
weeks,
music
and
choice.
of course most of us who are doing
Yeah.
costumes for that are crazy busy. A project that I've been meaning to get to for the last few months has been my Judge Dredd helmet.
Yay.
This particular helmet is a kit that I got from my friend David over at 2 Story Props. You can find him over
He
on
has since changed
Facebook
the name.
at 2 Story Props.
No longer.
Lots of, I see a coping saw. I don't even know where that coping saw is. It's been so long since I've used a coping saw. I'm so spoiled with all our saws. I put a little effort in. I put David's page up on the screen in the background there. Yeah, I like that.
See some Wolverine costume bits.
Yeah, right there. Okay.
Yeah.
My Doghouse Systems cardboard.
Got a lot of Nerdtacular stuff on it.
Yeah.
Good times.
Very good times. And our rotary tool there, our Craftsman rotary tool that has since died. But we got 5 good years out of that thing.
Yeah, it's in a farm upstate now.
we sent it to a prop making shop upstate.
Now, obviously, I'm not making this helmet from scratch.
Your
I
hair
have a
looks
really
great.
fantastic
Oh, yeah.
starting point. So mostly what I'll be doing is sanding and priming and then painting it. In fact, a couple of months ago, I put together a video about doing kits from some of the guns that I've made. So if you want, you could go check that out. Anyway, this kit is really, really nice. David did a fantastic job with it, and I'm really excited to start working on it. In fact,
And this was before 3D printing, folks. This was in 2013 when most of this type of work was done by hand.
this one came with a different badge here because I believe the judges have different things. So Judge Dredd has this badge on there, but there's a different one that could go in there. For this part of the project,
There was someone at Dragon Con who had one with a martini glass on it, and his badge just said Judge Drunk.
It was
Pretty great.
wonderful,
Pretty great.
and we were so excited to meet him, and he was excited to meet us because he was drunk.
Yeah.
But Judge Drunk, brilliant.
Preparing this kit to paint it. To do that, I'm going to have to remove some of the extra artifacts from the casting process. Oftentimes there will be
I'd like to point out that
some
we
seam
are
lines that need to get
almost
sanded
halfway through the
down,
video,
and with most
and I
things,
haven't
there'll
done
be
any
some
work yet.
extra bits on the outside. This is called flashing, and it is necessary.
Not to say
for the
this isn't
casting
good
process,
information.
And then will be removed during our painting process. I will, of course, need a whole bunch of tools for this. So, hey, look, I've got them all right here.
Oh,
the main
how
tool
lucky.
for this part of the project will be my rotary tool. I've got this Craftsman one with a extended arm thing that's really neat, along with a cutting bit and a couple of sanding and grinding bits there to sort of clean everything up. I'm also going to need a lot of sandpaper because every project needs a lot of sandpaper.
So here's a
we've
handful
got
of
some
scraps.
220 grit, we've got some 100 grit, and we've got some sanding sponges of different levels of coarseness.
This is something we were pointing out in the video we just recorded that we're not going to keep. But back then when we made videos, I would structure it much more like a very class-like tutorial. Here are all the materials. Okay, now let's use them.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays we just dive in. We just start working, and if I use a specific tool, we'll list it in the description if people want to go find it. But we don't spend a lot of time talking about those unless there's a good reason to.
Someday we're gonna have to do a Bob Ross style intro where it has the, you know, the kinds of paints you use.
Yeah.
The text will be on the screen at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll be like working on your stuff.
Yeah.
Be cute.
You
Be
need to
really
call it out too, like he does.
Yeah.
Oh, all the tools and materials you'll need will be listed down below.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
I've got my trusty coping saw for some of those spots in there that are going to be hard to get to. I also have various knives and other tools around the shop.
Firefly
for
reference.
cleaning up the
Thank you very much.
The Serenity
step
movie.
one,
Yeah.
I'm going to get my Dremel ready and I'm going to cut out this big old piece right there.
Very classical.
Here we go. Okay. 2 minutes and 28 seconds in. There's only a minute and a half left, and I'm just now starting to do some work.
Well, this fast-paced music, it shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah. Should have had a vacuum cleaner going to clean up some of that dust.
Yeah, I was thinking too how you said you were using the coping saw for the fine corners. Recently we saw a video where Adam Savage was showing off his little reciprocating saw. It was attached to
it's
something.
a saber saw.
Yeah,
like an air-powered saber saw.
Yeah, and he like cut through a resin kit in like 30 seconds.
Oh, it was so good.
And I was like, huh.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Probably, because especially with those ceramic discs, if you twist them too much, they just shatter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, not as fun.
Great shot of my elbow. Really nailed it. Is that still? There's text in there. Is that still in there? Oh, I painted over it.
Aww.
It's still kind of there. It says 222. Wait.
I mean, part of the visor's over it too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to read. I just now realized that David probably wrote me a note in there and I painted over it. 2/22/2012 is what it said in there. There we go.
Well, it's a good thing you did a video.
Yeah.
Oh God, that kicked up so much dust.
Look at look. I wiped some of it off. You can tell.
Dust collection, folks.
There's just the end of a broom was just sitting there. Now it's gone. Where has it? Has the broom gone? I'd like to point out this in the background. There's this white tool for checking the hole sizes and stuff. I have never used that. I bought it probably back then, and I never have remembered. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, I'll say I don't even recognize it.
I know. I'll just see if I can find that. But I can confirm I have never used that tool.
So that was about an hour worth of work, and this thing is almost ready for paint, but we do have a few more things to do before then. In the next video, I will be sanding the surface of this down. David did a fantastic job of casting this thing, so that shouldn't take too much work. And then I'll get some minor spots filled in, and then we'll prime it and get it ready for paint. If you want to make sure... So filming and editing and putting this whole thing together, I'm going to guess, if I had to do that today, it might take me like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know why I cut this into tiny videos, because this video is only 5 minutes long.
I think when I was looking at this video to do for a props from the past, I noticed that part 3 was very distanced from the others, and I wonder if you filmed it much later.
Yeah, I wonder.
So like the project was on hold for a while.
Yeah.
Sure you don't miss the next few steps.
You can see my audio recorder there.
And if you've got questions about this or any of my other builds, head on over to twitter.com/chinbeard or facebook.com/punishedprops. Thanks for hanging out.
That's my whole ending. Oh, so this is part 2. This is the second video. For some reason,
Oh, this was just before DragonCon.
I started it with a project I was working on for DragonCon.
Yeah,
this is a commission
Yeah, so this took priority.
that I delivered at DragonCon. Yay! Woohoo!
Hey, it's Chinbeard here, and it's time to put some more work into my Judge Dredd helmet.
I don't know why you had an intro of
This
something
thing I'm
different.
hoping to have ready for
I don't
Dragon
know
Con.
either.
We got like...
I don't know
that's
why.
like the only footage you had of that prop though, because we never did a video for
And I
it.
never explain it. I never go on to explain it.
less than a week left here, so
Great.
fingers crossed. Anyway, the next few things we want to do to this helmet are as follows. First of all, we've got this badge thing here, and we want to glue that in place. I like to use a 5-minute epoxy. I will, of course, sand down the back
Probably
of
still the case
badge
for that.
and the area
Use the
where I
same
want
thing.
to glue it in the helmet, and that will get stuck right in there, glued in place, and then the edges around it there,
It's interesting
the edges
that
will get filled in with
I decided to
Bondo
treat
so
this
that
as B-roll
once
and talk over it.
cures and we sand it down.
that's not how I did it in the
will
previous
have a nice
video.
seamless
Yeah.
edge between the badge
Yeah, I
and
was
the
still.
helmet.
I'd only been doing
After
YouTube videos
working
for
on
a
it
year or
a
two. I
while,
was really
start
kind of
to
feeling
notice
out my
there are a couple
style.
of tiny little
Like,
bubbles
these are
from
like
the casting process.
2 weeks apart.
Those are easily filled in if they are less than a 1/16 of an inch with this spot glazing putty, or glazing and spot putty. Yeah. Anyway, this stuff is really fantastic. It air dries and then you can sand it down. Once I've done that, the entire thing needs to get sanded. Now, for something like this, which has already been primed prior to showing up, there isn't too much sanding work to do. There are a couple of areas that need a little tender love and care. I like to use something like a 220 grit sandpaper to take care of
Yeah,
those.
David did a great job with the kit. Probably more than most people would put into a kit. So there wasn't a ton, other than cutting it out, not a ton of
And then I'll
post-processing
go over
work.
the entire thing
If you buy a resin kit on the internet, the quality bar is all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
But David's stuff is really good.
with a sanding sponge. These things are really fantastic. You can get them from any hardware store, and they really help you get in those tiny little nooks and crannies. With our helmet all sanded, it may require another pass of priming and sanding, but this looks pretty good. I think it's ready to get a little bit of paint. I like to use just normal gray primer for something like
Still
this.
do.
Still do,
I'll put it
yeah.
on my little Lazy Susan, give it a spin, and give it a couple light layers of primer, and then, for crying out loud, let it dry. Let it dry
Yeah,
like
darn it.
overnight. Let that primer really sit in there and get it ready for your first color of paint. So that's it for this installment. Hopefully in the
That's
next
it.
part of this, I'll be
2.5
putting the
minutes
paint
in.
on and coloring it and detailing and clear coating it, and then installing
This might
the
be.
visor.
It's definitely not our shortest video because that claptrap joust video on our YouTube channel is only 10 or 11 seconds long. But this might be the shortest actual tutorial video we have at just over 3 minutes.
I wonder if that was the era of YouTube, like if you were paying attention to video length at all back then, where it was like 5 minutes or under, make short videos, before they decided that retention had to do with video duration.
Fingers crossed again that I'll get that all done before Dragon Con, and then I can bring this with me.
I wore
Once again, this
just the helmet
kit was made
with
by David
a floral
over
print
at
shirt.
Two Story
George,
Props,
that was
and I'll put a
Judge
link
Dredd
down
on
below so you
vacation.
can go
Yeah.
talk to him if you have any questions about the helmet. If you have any questions for me, just go to
I have so many questions.
Facebook.com/props or Twitter.com/chinbeard.
Like, what was up with that
everyone,
creepy paint
and I'll
room?
see you on the next episode.
I like how in each of these videos I've shown a total of one operation on this helmet. I should do a series of videos like that where it's like 40 episodes long. Each one is just one step. Part 3.
I wanted to see Judge Dredd come out like this. Ready?
That's pretty good.
You're so good at the frown.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think my mustache helps, like, sort of
Yeah.
frame it. Like, I have these bare spots right here.
Yeah, it's very good.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. You can't do all this and not have me wear the helmet. You'll have to tell me if I'm in frame, though.
Yeah. Oh, you're great. Okay, frown.
Move along, citizen.
I think we're due for a rewatch of that movie.
You're not wrong. It's a wonderful movie.
Carl Urban does such a great job.
We almost met him once.
I mean, we were in the same room as him. I just
I was
didn't
afraid to
wanna...
go talk to him.
Yeah, he had just done Thor Ragnarok and he had his beard.
He had a beard and a bald head and he wore a
Yeah.
leather jacket and he looked so cool and I was very intimidated, so I did not go say hi to him.
Yeah, but he's cool.
Yeah. Did say hi to Kevin Sorbo, which turned out to be very disappointing. All right.
Howdy everyone, it is Chin Beard, and I am here with the third and final installment of the Judge Dredd helmet kit build. Once again, this kit is from Two Story Props, and you can find them on Facebook. I'll put a link right below.
I still have that bottle of black flow acrylic. I still have that.
Yeah, we're still working on the same bottle.
Yep.
Huh? I don't even think it's half gone.
You can ask them all about this.
I can say that this Cobalt replaceable screwdriver thing I have up here I got rid of because every Cobalt tool I've bought has broken, so I don't buy those anymore.
Wonderful kit. When we last left off a while ago, this was just a primed piece of plastic. But now you can clearly see it is totally done. And I'll tell you exactly what I did. The very first thing I did
Don't leave
was
us
it was
waiting.
all
Oh, I
primed.
cut my hair too.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let me quickly see when this came out. The first one,
Oh, before Dragon Con and after Dragon Con.
yeah, the first one was in August 8th. The second video was August 26th. So it took me like 2 more weeks to film that 3-minute video. And then the last one, this part that we're watching right now, came out in October 8th. So like almost a month and a half after that. So some
Yeah.
time has passed since the last video. Dragon Con happened.
So you got the
I cut my hair.
you got the footage of finishing it, but you hadn't done the voiceover. This part where you cut your hair until October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
You're a
was
busy guy.
spray painted
Yeah.
The black color.
Oh, the
I
sun
covered
just
whole
came
thing
out.
in black, and then I let it dry like a while. I wanted to
All right, that's a little better.
Okay.
make sure that it was nice and dry before I did anything else to it.
All spray
Then
paint
I
on this
took
one.
And masked off all of the areas that need to be red.
So this is
I
my
just took-
one pet peeve with this. The modeling on this helmet, the design from the movie is really, really cool, except for this part right here. And Frank will back me up on this. This red line right here, there's a very clear definition in the model, right? Where this line curves up there, but the red line follows that and then just cuts across right there. And you gotta mask it, and I think it looks dumb. I think it was meant for this color to continue up here. But
then they changed it.
They changed it. It went so that it's not right up here. That's my guess anyway. It's just
Yeah.
that's just a little pet peeve about
Yeah,
that
like
design.
this line should continue all the way down the bottom and not
Or that,
curve.
yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It should be
It's a weird
different.
choice. Yeah.
Anything other than that would have been better.
Yeah, Bill mentioned Frank because Frank Ippolito also worked on one of these.
Yeah, and made the same comment.
Yeah.
Just normal painter's tape and laid it down on all of the edges here. And then I would just go in with a knife and trim up the pieces that I didn't
Yeah,
want
that's
to
still
get.
pretty much what we do, except we use a
all
tape that's
masked
not as
off.
aggressive.
Yeah.
I sprayed the whole
Uh,
thing
that-
this
that's-
lovely red color.
That paint
Once
can lift
again,
up paint
I
a
let
little
it
bit.
dry. It is way important
tape.
to let
The
each
tape, yeah.
layer dry while you're working on this kind of project. After it was dried, I could
Oh, this is
peel
the
off
fun
all
part.
of that masking tape that I
Yeah.
put down and see all of my wonderful hard work. The last bit of color that I put on this
Good
guy
shot of the
here
back of
was
my
the
head there.
gold on the badge right on the forehead. I opted to go with just a rub and buff and brush it on.
Curious
way
how that rub and buff still looks. I probably sprayed a clear coat over it. Yeah, I did. It still looks
It
okay.
looks alright.
I could touch it up with some more rub and buff though.
I like
After
how
spraying, and
on the back of this helmet there's a scuff here because I remember we were out in the driveway, which was a rocky, unpaved driveway, waiting for the ride to the airport for Dragon Con, and you dropped this and it rolled down the hill, I think. I think it was this helmet. I'm pretty sure
I
was this
carried it
one.
on the plane.
Yeah.
In fact, the flight attendant on the Southwest flight got excited, so I let her wear it, and she was running around with it.
Yeah, so oh man, if we could find that picture, because her wearing the helmet was adorable.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it got extra weathering right before it went. I'm pretty sure it's the one you dropped and it rolled down the
Yeah,
hill.
it sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
it dries super fast. With all of the color laid down, I gave this thing a couple of good layers of clear coat to make sure that all of my colors were nice and sealed in.
And they
Now,
are.
Judge Dredd lives in a super dirty world, so I wanted to make sure that this helmet looked really, really dirty. I went over the whole thing with some acrylic paints, and I
Yeah, it looks so
used a
clean.
brown color and a black color, and I mixed it up a whole bunch. and then I would wipe it down with a piece of paper towel and lift a lot of that paint right off, but leaving a bunch of crevices and, you know, not doing a great job of cleaning it up because I wanted this to look really dirty. So I went over the whole thing with a couple of passes with the acrylic paints like that to make it super dirty. And then I did the sort of opposite thing. I took some silver rub and buff and went over a lot of the highlights, a lot of the edges
revolutionary here.
I get banged up through, you know, the kind of heavy.
I probably do it pretty much the same way now, though. Although this sort of dark
with that, all of the
with
color
gray paint over it, I don't think I did what I was trying. I don't think I accomplished what I was trying to do with that. I think I could do that better now.
The painting was finished. The last thing I had to do was to put a visor in this thing. To make it look super good, I went and ordered a visor from a motorcycle website. This was something like $12, and it is perfect. Now, this was.
I think it actually is in there upside down.
Yeah, I think that's intentional.
Yeah, the top. This is the top of the visor, so that the line here would be straight across. Most visors, if they're meant to go right here, will have some accommodation for your nose.
Yeah, I think that's what you saw that other Judge Dredd cosplayers would do. Like on the RPF, I think they talked about doing
put a
that.
visor in there upside down.
Yeah, like that's a common thing. Yeah, and you didn't have to cut it at all.
I will say, running around with this thing on your head, this edge right here is prime for like bonking yourself on the nose with it.
Yeah, it's not comfortable to wear.
Permanently affixed in there, so it didn't need the rotating bits on the side of the helmet.
Oh, so you did cut it.
I cut those off with a Dremel and cleaned them up.
Just got rid of the material I didn't need.
Oh, it looks so clean. I didn't notice.
That it would fit right. I actually put it in upside down because the top edge of the visor was flat, and that's what I need for this helmet. Once I was sure that the visor was going to fit,
fantastic footage.
I hot glued it in.
That's what happens when you film on sticks, though, without a camera person.
The last thing I did was to hot glue a bunch of squishy foam into
Still
the
do
helmet.
this?
That way this thing would fit perfectly on my head and feel nice and comfortable. Everyone knows that comfort is a judge's first priority.
It's true.
Right after justice.
Yeah. One of the nice things about just doing a couple chunks of foam is there's a lot of good air circulation, because you find out at a convention that wearing a helmet gets really warm. So if you can suspend it from your head and have airflow going around, and there's room for a fan in there if you want one, it's really nice.
And that's that. The helmet is all done, and I'm really, really stoked to have this thing. Maybe I'll wear it on Halloween to scare all the trick-or-treaters. Anyway, this kit has been a dream to work with. I love it. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Again, you can go to Two Story Props and ask them about getting a kit of your own. And I hope to see some of you guys making your own Judge Dredd helmet. Let me know. You can contact me on Twitter at twitter.com/chinbeard, or you can go to Facebook at facebook.com/punishprobs. Bye!
That's it.
We're done.
Bye!
Intros, outros, who needs that? Just start the video, start talking, and then when you're done, turn the camera off, walk away.
You were doing it, though.
I was. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad I still have the helmet, and I'm still very happy with how it turned out. Not every project I made from 7 or 8 years ago is something I'm totally happy with. So, well, there you go. A blast from the past. That came out in 2013, so almost 8 years ago. And those, of course, they're still live up there if you want to go watch them for yourself. Scrutinize them, that's fine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us while we took this trip down memory lane.
Yeah, that was great. I had never seen those videos before.
And I barely remember making them. So anyway, thanks gang for hanging out, and and thank you so much for the support. As always, you guys are wonderful, awesome human beings, helping us make all this wonderful videos. Keep it up. And we'll see you next week with more fun and shenanigans from the shop.